destiny. Hear me. If it is inside you, it will come out of you and lead you to greatness. Don't bury who you are. What they are attacking is what will make you who you are. There is no juju that carry people up. Destiny connection lift them up. How many of us are fighting people for what God has conferred on them, and we are angry? I was in Ibadan crying. Why are things like this? What you showed me, 90, 91, 92 precisely. I'm not seeing them in my ministry. And the Lord said to me, I have told you your time in Ibadan is over and you have refused to go. I was on the mountain in Ibadan praying, fell into a trance. God said to me, now it's time for you to raise a champion generation for me. A generation of royal people that are not going to be fighting battles but are going to be declared winners. I wrote the word champion down. The ministry that was overcomers, prevailing evangelical ministry. And the Lord said it's over. You don't need to be overcoming. Now you need to declare a champion. So that's why we are supposed to be saying 28 years of this ministry. I had to start a pattern and depart from the mentality of struggling. I have a possibility mentality. When I got that word, I refused to go. God steered a problem between me and my ex. And that was a signal for me to leave the relationship. I left the relationship. Frustration brought me to Abuja. After God spoke to me, I did not want to go. I'm talking about destiny. So God made some things to happen. Ended that relationship for me to go. I cried from Iwo Road, Ibadan, till I landed in Abuja. From Giri to Dusi Alaji. One of my friends, pastor friend, slept on the 3-seater. Destiny. Called to duty. Offering my heart for God. On a 3-seater, there is no foam. Lie down there. The Son of Man do not know where I'm going. Every morning I ask God, is this how it's going to be? Is it the same week the man of God gave me his altar to preach? And he preached. For the first time he saw, I was ministering and I called the name of a person, Esther, and she ran out. Man of God knew that's the first time I came. How did you know the name? The whole church was on fire. People start coming. I met a church with 15 members. In 6 months, the church doubled to 300. Where I sat down, destiny. Hear me. If it is inside you, it will come out of you and lead you to greatness. Don't bury who you are. What they are attacking is what will make you who you are. There are people in the midst of people that are sent to you. The one lady from the ministry went somewhere. I met with a guy. The guy had problem. No baby. He was asking the lady, I want to go to a native doctor. The lady said, I know of a prophet. He doesn't have a church, but he's with my pastor. He said, I don't want to go to any church. I've gone around. I want to meet a prophet. I just want to meet with him. They brought him to the house where I was lying down. 3-seater. He saw me there. Where I woke up, I was looking at me. A prophet is always a prophet. I don't need prayer to enter the realm to become a prophet. I woke up and I look at him and I smile. I say, you have been tied down. This and this have happened to you. You are supposed to be better than where you are. But by this kind of time, you are going to have a male child. And this is what will happen. And that is what will happen. And that is what will happen. He looked at me and I said to him, if I am a true man of God, this is what will happen. He said, what should I do? I prayed. I said, bring oil. I prayed. 3 months later, the wife, after barrenness for how many years, conceived. He came and met me on that 3-seater. There is no juju that carry people up. Destiny connection lift them up. He met me on the 3-seater where I was lying down and brought 5,000 naira to appreciate me. The man of God that I was staying in his house saw me with 5,000. He was so jealous. I left the 5,000 for him. You can take the money, you can't take potential. But as he left there, 2 days later, he started disturbing me. You cannot be there. You are too anointed to sleep in that place. He said, can you look for a house? I said, well, no problem. Look at me. He asked me to look for a house. I went and looked for a 1-room apartment, self-contained. I did not say because he gave me an open ticket, I should look for a flat. You must understand, when privileges are given to you, you don't abuse it. I was not married then. So I looked for 1-room apartment in Dulce, Bokuma. I was there. He gave me the money. He came and rocked the place. And after he rocked the place, bought stove and pot for me. I'm telling you my story. Destiny will carry you to where you ought to be if you allow what is inside you to come out. He brought another man. The man came. I prophesied to him. I told him what God said I should tell him. He was pursuing a contract. That week before the Friday, the contract came. He came to my one-room apartment in Duse Bokma, bought television for me and DVD or whatever. I'm beginning to feel like a big man in Abuja. Grace, stop threatening me with your suffering. I know what is suffering. I never came from up. I came from the bottom. Job said, all the days of my life, I will wait. I will wait until my change comes. Why in that one-room apartment, God started working. A man of God was supposed to preach in a church called Global Light, and he was a prophet. And then he disappointed them, and the reverend looked for me. And that's how I found myself on Sunday preaching in that church. The power of God came down like never before. If you have it, you have it. 7 Up. The difference is clear. When grace is upon you, you cannot eat grass. When grace is upon you, you cannot be disgraced. When grace is upon you, your life will shine. When grace is upon you, you don't talk too much. God will market you to men. I ministered there, and after I finished preaching, the man of God was so in love with me. He blessed me for the first time. I think about 50-something thousand naira. I was not expecting anything. I was just excited that I'm exercising my muscles. The same grace that was in Ibadan, that was not valued, is now getting valued in the right destination. Because wisdom came upon a man who carried flesh and understand physicality of spirituality. So I now begin to understand my what. Because there is an environment you can find yourself. Men can reduce your what. Don't allow them. It's not pride. The man of God later on approached me and said, can you come and pastor? We need a resident pastor. I'm a working class pastor. And I agreed. Whatever it takes to be around your place of destiny, do it. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I was a GO that left Ibadan, and I'm now working with a ministry. As I'm talking here, the church is still there, Global Light Assembly. I went to work under that church. I was not there. For 9 months, I never take anything, no opening prayer. Because after some time, I became like a threat. You cannot carry a lion and put under a place, so we'll be trouble. So they benched me down. That benching down, I started studying and I started chewing the word. God began to talk to me about this ministry and what he wants me to do. And that the reason why he put me in that cooler is to make me understand what I have not. I was under that place. Quiet! Stop fighting to be on the platform. If you have it, God will create platform. Some of us are too eager. For 9 months with this oil, I was quiet in a one place. And there was no bitterness. I was serving with all my heart. When it was time for me to go, and I refused to go, the Lord entered into the heart of the man of God wife and said he has to go. He cannot be here. He's too big for this place. And the man of God came and gave me 70,000 naira. That is the money I brought down to Biazin to look for a house. Deserted, rejected. And after I paid, in that same Sunday, we started this church. No poster, no flyer. The way to start is to start. If you are waiting for a perfect time, you will never start.